Hey everyone, I wanted to do a little video and reintroduce myself to everybody and give you the background of how Say Anything Jewelry started. So for those that don't know, I am Stephanie Wilde. I'm the owner of Say Anything Jewelry, and my business started in 2009, kind of out of nowhere. I wasn't looking to start a business. I wouldn't have really called myself before this an entrepreneur, but I was working as a server in a restaurant here in Sioux Falls, and I broke my foot and I was not able to work. At the time, our kids were 1.5 and 3. We have a daughter and a son, Lily and Graham, and I'm also married to a wonderful guy named Dan. And at that time, I had no income, and I didn't start out thinking that I wanted to try to find something to supplement an income or anything in this time. I just found this really cool hand-stamped jewelry on Etsy. And Etsy was kind of new back then. And so I was like, how are they making this? I cannot figure out how they are making it. And so through some research, lots of it, I figured out that they were using these tools, these steel shanks, and I was trying to find them. I couldn't find them anywhere. My first set of alphabet stamps that I used to create jewelry with, I purchased from an airplane supply company. So now you can go out and buy any of these alphabet sets, steel stamps at your Hobby Lobby, your Michaels, all those places. There's some really, really great high-end manufacturers of them as well. But my first set was from an airplane supply company of all places. So I had gotten that, and I had started making a few things and realized that I was actually pretty good at this. So I thought, well, this will be great. I can use this for all of my friends who are getting married, who are becoming parents for the first time, to give gifts for my sister-in-laws, my mom, my mother-in-law, all this stuff. I was also at a stage in my life where we were going to lots of weddings. So we had lots of friends getting married. I thought these will be great gifts for them. I can create them. They'll be beautiful. They'll be personalized. And that's sort of how this started. So I started out really just as a hobby, just to kind of see if I liked it. And I happened to just be good at it. Like, God gives us all gifts. This is mine, stamping tiny letters on jewelry. It turns out was what Stephanie Wilde was like waiting to figure out was her jam. So I started on my kitchen counter. I opened up an Etsy store about a year. Let me back up. So that was I broke my foot in March, and all this kind of started in motion then, March of 2009. And I'd kind of set a goal out for like a year's worth of sales. By the time I opened my Etsy store, I was like, I'd like to do X number of sales in a year. Like, if I could make this much extra money for my family a year, that would be really cool. And I blew that out of the water in like the first 3 or 4 months. And I started realizing, like, this could be more than what I thought. This could be more than just like fun, kind of part-time stuff. So at the time I was back working as a server, and so I was working 5 or 6 nights a week. My kids were little. I was doing this Etsy thing on the side, and I was getting orders from all over. So the first year that I had my Etsy store open, I had orders from every single state in the nation, as well as Canada, England, Spain, France, Germany, and a big, big one for me was Australia. I'm not still, to this day, not sure why. Australia has been a huge place, big market for me, but nonetheless, lots of sales to Australia. So it was really fun to see these orders come in from all around. And I wasn't really known, I didn't feel like, that locally as I was on Etsy. About a year into my business, I was able to quit my job. I had been working at a place called Foley's. If you've been in Sioux Falls for a long time, you might remember that. It's now Maury's Steakhouse. So it was a high-end place. It was great money. It was great people. I really enjoyed working there. But it was time for me just to focus on this. So I was out of my house, starting, full-time doing this in 2010. I did have a really fun thing that happened to me my first Mother's Day. So I was open for about just a little over a year. And I woke up one Sunday morning, and I had sold a couple of these specific necklaces. It's called Surrounded by Love on the website. And I was like, gosh, that's sort of weird that I've sold a couple of these this morning. And I went onto Etsy to relist it, and it sold like that. And I relisted it, and it sold like that. And I was like, what's happening with this design? Here it had been hand selected by the curators at Etsy to be on their front page for their Mother's Day gifts. So that was really, really cool to make the front page of Etsy and just have my design there for all to see. It was a little be careful what you wish for, because I was getting so many orders for it, and I almost couldn't even fulfill them all, because I didn't know if I was going to be able to get the supplies in time to get the supply, make it, turn around, and mail it out for the Mother's Day holiday coming up. But it was a really good, fun problem to have. So after a while, I was becoming more known locally. I did a couple of vendor shows and things like that. And so I had a lot of people coming to my home to design jewelry with me, which was great because they would come to me. It was really fun, and we'd get to design. But it was also really stressful because I did have these kids who were little, and my house is a disaster, when you've got these little toddlers running around. So it was about the time I was invited to a women's networking group, and I showed up to that, and we were going around the room and introducing ourselves, and I said, my name is Stephanie, and I make hand stamped jewelry. And this lady goes, oh, you're the Say Anything jewelry lady? I was like, people know me? So that was my friend Amy O'Connor Hoback. She is an amazing woman. So through that meeting, I met some of the most influential people in my lifetime, really. So another woman I met through there was Sheila Hoff, and she does residential real estate, but she did show me some commercial spaces. And so from the time I was at that first meeting, I think it was August 8th of 2011, I had keys in my hand by September 1st for a retail location. And so I opened up a retail location in the Creamery building downtown. It is right across the parking lot from Bread and Circus Sandwich Kitchen, right down by where Oh My Cupcakes had their original location. So we were there for 4 years. And then in 2015, we made the leap down to my dream location on Phillips Avenue, which is where we are right now, 225 South Phillips Avenue. The space became available. I just happened to see it online, and boom, we had an appointment to look at it immediately. So that was really, really fun, and we've been there ever since. So we are 12 years in business now. What I thought I was starting when I started this business was something cool, like something fun to make for moms, for grandmas, that kind of thing. What it turned into has been far beyond anything I ever could have dreamed, as far as the amount of lives I get to touch with what we get to do and the meaning of it. And so when I say that, I don't mean to say that a necklace for a mom with handwriting or with hand stamped names or anything on it isn't meaningful. I know those pieces are meaningful. I have my kids and everything right here with me. But we moved into a market that I didn't foresee, and that was really memorial keepsakes for people. And that happened rather quickly, and I was surprised by it. But I do believe that that is God's plan that he had for me and for this business. In 2011, when I opened the store, I had a wonderful gal named Carla Hasselbreck, who I knew through Etsy. She was also a maker. And she asked if she could come help and if I would ever need help with anything. Okay, yeah. So I started this retail location. So she came and she helped me a few days a week. And at that time, I really wanted to start making handwriting and fingerprint jewelry. Mostly at the time, I was thinking fingerprint jewelry. And so she has a background in graphic design. And so I said, there's a couple ways we could do this. We could do it the easy way where they just come to the store and they put their little finger in a piece of clay and we take that mold and we use that. Or we could do it this other like super duper complicated way where it's like 35 or 40 steps. But I would need help with that. And if we started that, then I would need you with me forever. And without hesitation, she said, I'm in. Let's do it the hard way. And so I think she's the genius with our handwriting and fingerprint things. And she thinks that my part is harder. So we're a match made in heaven. Literally, I do believe God brought her into my life for this exact reason. We're an amazing team. And I'm so grateful for her. She is so talented. She's an amazing artist. So if you ever design something with handwriting or fingerprints or pet paw prints or anything, and you say, whatever you guys think, I'll leave it up to you. We will take care of you. Between her and myself, we will always have awesome ideas for you. And we are so grateful that you trust us with these things. So we started doing the handwriting and fingerprint pieces in 2012, and those are where my heart lies. Those pieces are so meaningful to me. On my necklace, I have my husband and I's fingerprints, and then we have a pet that we lost, so we have her paw print on here. Obviously, we shrink them down. But the rewarding part of that is to hear the people's stories about their loved ones, about their pets, about their families, and to be able to give back to somebody something that they can have as a wearable reminder of the people that they love, of their lost loved ones, is more than I could have ever dreamed to be a part of. And so, of course, we're always saddened to hear of people's losses, and they break my heart. I am so grateful that God gave me this gift to help these mothers and these fathers and these sisters, daughters, brothers, that we can help them keep a part of somebody that they love close to them. I get emotional when I talk about it because it is emotional for me. I spend about 10 hours each on each fingerprint or handwriting piece or paw print. And I think about the people that we're doing the fingerprints of and for, and I pray for them while we do that. And it is an absolute joy to create those. They are like my miniature, babies that go out into this world and are worn around people's necks. I ran into people at the store and I will see their necklace or see something that they've got on and I'm like, I totally made that. And I remember her son came in and he bought that for her. Every now and then I'll mention it. I'll say, I think I made your necklace or something like that. Other times I don't. But it always is so special for me to see my pieces out in the community and to hear back from people how much they mean to them. It's more than I ever could have dreamed. And I am so grateful to all of you who have supported us over the last 12 years. And those of you who are new, we look to welcome you and create something new and amazing for you. I just sort of pinch myself every day that I get to do what I love. And from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful for that. You have all done an amazing job spreading the word to friends and family that you know near and far. You know, we get people who contact us from all around the nation that say, I saw your work, so-and-so recommended you, or I've had a loss and so-and-so told me that you did her father's fingerprints or mom's or something. And that means the world to us. You are helping me and my family and the gals at the shop that help me live our dreams. Carla stays home with her kids and does this work there. So you're helping her be a full-time mommy and a part-time designer. And I've got a couple great people who work for me at the store. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I couldn't do it without any of them. I couldn't do any of this without you. And I am just so grateful. If you have any questions about how any of this started or any of that, you guys just let me know. I am always happy to answer any questions. Thank you so much.